Hi, my name is Freddie Curtis, and this is my speech on the NFL versus the CFL. Football season in America has just begun and is a cherished occasion for many people. But have you ever wondered how our neighbor to the north felt about our sport? That is a question that sparked my curiosity. I'm sure that there are others out there that with the same question. With the CFL season coming to an end and the NFL season starting, let's take a look at this debate that has gone on for ages. In this speech, I will give you information about the Canadian Football League that is different from the American Football League. First, let's begin with the rules in the Canada Football League that differ from the American Football League. In Canada's Football League, instead of 10 yards for 4 downs, it is one less in the CFL, meaning that Canada League is far more of an offensive heavy league and rely heavily on passing instead of running plays. While in the NFL, if a team gets to a 4th down, instead of risking it and going for it, teams will punt the ball down the field and make the opposing team have a farther trip down the field. But in the CFL, they like to go for it on their final down. Teams have noticed that going into a game and just going in for two plays and then getting out is not worth it and will end up losing games for you. So they will go for it and allows for more excitement among the fans. Defenses are also lined up 1 yard away from the line of scrimmage, which means that quarterbacks shouldn't be tackled as easily because the defense is farther away. When teams do punt the ball, there are no fair catches in the CFL, meaning that the receiver must run or sacrifice the yards he could have earned. Doing this makes it more exciting for a chance for a breakout play to happen and a player running downfield. Also, the CFL's fields are also bigger than the NFL's. The NFL's fields are 100 yards long, 53.5 yards wide, and they have a 10-yard end zone, while the CFL's are 110 yards long, 65 yards wide, and 20-yard end zones. Giving teams more room to operate on the field. With the bigger field, there is also an extra player, making it 12 players on the field per team instead of the NFL's 11. Field goals are also different in the CFL. Teams have a chance of returning a field goal for a touchdown, and if the scoring team is converting a field goal, opposing teams can return the ball for 1 point. Now that we have some of the rules covered, let's talk about the players. Player standards are different in both leagues. Defensive linebackers and linemen are all required to be fast on their feet and more catching ability due to the bigger field, and with the 1 yard setback from the line of scrimmage. While American players in the same position are bigger and looking more to getting into the other team and for watching out for run plays. In the NFL, teams have a larger roster, meaning that there's one more person for each position. While in the CFL, the rosters are a lot smaller, meaning that players will have to play more than one position. Also, there is a 20-second time limit interval after every play, meaning that teams are also going to be moving fast. So that requires a lot of endurance and stamina out of the players that are playing for them. Now that the contracts in the NFL are very different from the ones in the CFL. Most players you'll see in the NFL are making up into the millions of dollars just on their contract, while CFL players are dumbed down a little bit to like $30,000 to $250,000. Now, I'm not sure if you know much about if you didn't know much about the Canada Football League before today. Most people brush it off as inferior to the American Football League, and why would they watch it instead when they have American football at home? That it's probably more entertaining to most people. Based on the things said today, you should know more about Canada's rules and their league. So now that the speech is over, what is your opinion about Canadian football? Thank you for listening to my speech.